Hey, Scarefest fans, this is Joe Lewis, Bonehead Weekly, with another review. Now, this movie this week really isn't a horror film. I'm sorry, but it's from someone who's made horror films, someone whom I love quite a bit. And I wanted to see this movie so much. I couldn't see it because of COVID, and it was in theaters, and it's got an all-star cast, and it's now on Hulu and HBO Max. And it's called Nightmare Alley. Sounds like a horror film. It's actually a remake. It's not really a remake. The original movie Nightmare Alley is in 1947, but it's also based on a book, and the book obviously came before the movie. Now, here is a quick rundown of the plot. I'm just going to read this to you, okay? In 1940s New York, a down on his luck Stanton Carlyle endears himself to a clairvoyant and her mentalist husband at a traveling carnival, and he becomes a carny. And we find out as the movie goes is this guy's not the greatest guy in the world. He's sneaky, he's conniving, but he's also down on his luck, like I said before, and he's trying to find his way through the world. Using his new knowledge, he falls in love with a girl. He doesn't really con her, but she goes along with the ride, and then he becomes a kind of a big to-do, you know? He's one of the golden ticket successes of doing mentalism in 1940s in a big city. Actually, it's Buffalo, New York. This cast is amazing. Bradley Cooper, Cate Blanchett, Toni Collette, Rooney Mara, Ron Perlman, Richard Jenkins, Willem Dafoe, Mary Steenburgen, David Strathairn, who is one of the best character actors, Strathairn, who's one of the best character actors of all time. Is there horror in it? Yeah, I mean, there's some blood, there's some guts, there's definitely a chicken that gets its head eaten off. There are some fantastic scenes. A lot of people were talking about maybe this is Bradley Cooper's greatest performance. I don't know. It's pretty damn good. Everybody in it's amazing. Every frame of it is just beautiful. Every shot is a painting, and it's directed by Guillermo del Toro. I know I always butcher it, but Del Toro directed it. Del Toro directed one of my favorite movies of all time, Pan's Labyrinth, Hellboy 2, Brandon Griffith's favorite movie, The Shape of Water. Actually, I love The Shape of Water. Why did I not love this movie? It's beautifully written. It's beautifully directed. Why did I not? And I can't put my finger on it. I mean, yeah, there's not really a character to pull for. You're not pulling for the lead character. He's not a good guy. But I think one of the villains, and this isn't giving anything away, is played by Cate Blanchett. And I think one of the things that just kills me about the movie is I don't understand her reasoning for being a villain. It makes very little sense other than move the plot. It's cool. I enjoy the scenes, but it doesn't make a lot of sense. His reason, I understand. He wants to make it. He has nothing. He wants something, and he overreaches. It's a classic story. Her reason of being evil, I don't understand. The movie's absolutely breathtaking, though. And if you're interested in what carnivals or what carnival life was like, this is really accurate. It gives you a lot of insight of how tricks were done, of how people were deceived, and how people made money. If you've ever watched the original Todd Browning's Freak, that was about carnival life too, and it was pulled in 1930s. Todd Browning was a Kentuckian from Louisville, directed Dracula as well. Freaks is a better film, although we remember Dracula because of Bela Lugosi's performance. Nightmare Alley. Should you watch it? Yeah, it's beautiful, especially if you love Del Toro. I mean, it's not his worst movie at all. It's just there's something about it that kept it from being great to me. And I think that's one of the reasons. The movie spans several years. There's not necessarily a huge plot. It's more about following these characters and how they end. And I'm not crazy about the ending. And I know I get crap about this all the time, but I don't know. I just wish there was just more of a gut punch ending, because you kind of see the ending coming. At least I do. Check out Nightmare Alley. It's on HBO Max and Hulu if you've got those. Not Del Toro's best film. It's not as good as Pan's Labyrinth or Shape of Water, but it's extremely enjoyable. Nightmare Alley. This is Joe Lewis of Bonehead Weekly, trying to get over the COVID. See you next week.